How's it going, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode of the Where You At podcast. Just gonna be talking with my friend David here on where he's at, where he's going, and how we're gonna get there. So I hope you enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and you can find us on all of our other social media platforms. Gonna leave that in the bio. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you like the video. All right, so we're here. We're live. All right, David, how's it going, man?
Good, good. How's it going with you?
Doing great, man. Thanks for doing this. So this is actually the first episode that we're doing here. I don't even have a name for it. I don't know what we're doing, what we're going to talk about, but we're here. So how did we actually meet, David?
So we met a couple years back. It was in this retreat called Band of Brothers, where basically a bunch of like men go to learn about God. It's kind of like a evangelism event, and we kind of met there through a mutual friend, through Kevin, and then we just kind of
Kevin.
got introduced to each other there. We ended up on the leadership team together, all of us, and then we just kind of like continued, through that.
All right, all right. So David, what is it that you currently do? What are we going for? Like what's something that you're working towards in 2025?
So right now I'm actually a teacher. So I'm teaching science to middle school and high schoolers, but what I'm trying to do is, social media and try to build a business online to try to, escape the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Kind of like in a general gist, my game plan.
Okay. And do you currently own a business? Like what is it that you do?
Yeah, so I do have an event business. So we rent out photo booths for like weddings or whatever event. And I also work with other event vendors and I subcontract them for whatever event. So that's also something that I'm doing on the side, anything to escape being an
Yeah.
employee pretty much.
And how did you get involved in that business?
That was actually a funny story. So that was in the first school that I was working at with my wife, which is where I met her. We were teachers next door, and she was the sponsor of a club, and she was responsible for hosting the prom. So she was looking for a photo booth, and we saw a flyer, and she called the woman, and it was ridiculously expensive. So she had the idea one day of, why don't we get one on Amazon, use it, and then return it? So it's like getting one for free. I'm like, that's genius. Let's do it. And then once we got it, we used it in the event, saw how much fun it was, and remembered how much they were charging us to get it. I was like, you know what? Let's stay with this and just start renting it out to people. Then next thing you know, we got a couple more bookings. We made an LLC, and the rest is history.
Awesome, awesome. So maybe we should have interviewed your wife. I don't know. I don't know if we're talking to the right to the
Maybe,
right guy.
maybe.
So, what is one goal for 2025, right? And be specific, right? So, not just leave your job, right? What's a good goal that you have for 2025 that you're looking to accomplish?
Right. So my main priority is to retire my wife. I don't want her to work anymore. We're about
Okay.
to have a baby in a month.
Oh, wow.
So I don't want her to work. So whatever it takes to replace her income is my
Okay.
main focus for 2025 to get her to
Okay.
stop working.
Okay. And I think this will be great, for the audience. So, how much more money do you need to make, for your wife not to work?
Honestly,
Realistically.
like about double what I'm making. We make more or less the same, so I have to double
Okay.
my income pretty much.
Okay. Okay. So the outcome that we're looking for is to double your income, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the purpose behind that? Like, what is retiring your wife or your wife being able to stay home with your child? What does that mean to you? Like, how is that going to help you?
Well, I always had the belief that, kids should be with the mother at home. That's how I was raised, and honestly,
Hmm.
I thought it was amazing. With my dad out working, I would stay with my mom, then he would come home, spend time with the family. So that's the dynamic that I had. So that's what I feel that every dynamic should be. And I
Okay.
also see the opposite dynamic where both parents are working and kids being raised by, the school system or in a daycare, and honestly, it's just very sad to me. I don't want my kid being
Hmm.
raised or influenced by anyone else. It's me and his mom, and that's it. So to me, that's like high, high priority.
Okay. And what would you say is an action, right? So like an event, or something that needs to happen for your besides doubling your income, obviously, right?
Hmm.
What is an action that you can take that's going to take you to doubling your income?
Right. So that's what I've been doing with the social media. So I've been
Okay.
like posting every day, learning how to edit videos and create content. So that's kind of something I'm
Okay.
doing on a daily basis, that I know that social media is a proven system.
Yeah.
I've seen it work, even people in my family, I've seen it actually work,
Yeah.
people close to me. So I know that if they can do it, I could do it too. So I'm basically just grinding social media every day, trying to post videos. I'm not an expert. I'm not this big influencer. I'm just a regular guy that's just, trying to do the Lord's work through social media.
Awesome, awesome. So I think that answer that you gave there is actually a system, right? So systems and habits, we can kind of equate those,
Mhm.
but posting and TikTok, those are systems that you're going to be using to take your goal, right? What would be
Right.
like an action, like a big decision, a big step, right? So for example, if I want to be a YouTuber, right? One action could be, buying a camera or, creating a YouTube account, right? So what is one action that you can take that's going to, I guess, kind of cause you to create a system or kind of force you to work your system even more?
Well, I don't know if this will count, but maybe you tell me. But
Okay.
I kind of told my wife the other day, I'm like, you know what, babe, I just decided I don't want you to go to work. So no matter what, just don't do it. And it just in faith, we'll figure it out. So I feel like I kind of put myself in a position where it's like, now it's go time. Like you have to do it no matter
Yeah.
what. I don't know if that counts as an action,
No, yeah,
but
that's definitely the action that I was looking for. And if you weren't gonna say it, I was gonna tell you, I think a great action that would really like kind of force you to kind of get going and get moving would definitely be, your wife quitting your job. Scary, right?
yeah.
Just a little bit about my story. I used to work for a pharmacy company and I loved my job. I was not the kind of person where I was like, oh, I'm miserable. I hate my job. I don't want to do this anymore. In fact,
Hmm.
quite the opposite. I love my team. I love the people that I work with. And quitting my job was not an easy decision for me. I definitely didn't want to do it. But looking back, that was probably the most important decision that I ever made in my entire life. And people out there, your job doesn't love you, right?
It's true.
Quit. You'll find another job. You'll find a job with just as good benefits. I think the number one trap or chokehold that people are in is, they're trapped by their jobs. They feel like they can't leave, or there's nothing else better out there. They won't be able to figure it out. So definitely don't think that way. If you want to quit your job, quit your job. It's definitely a powerful and
Yeah.
liberating feeling.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed that everything big that happens in the world and even in the Bible is preceded by some crazy act of faith.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do those big things in faith, trusting God, and then, He'll catch you and just do the rest.
Awesome, awesome. So let's take inventory, right? Where are we at right now? Okay, so as far as, doubling your income and your wife quitting her job, how close are we from that? Is this like a 6 month, 8 month, or maybe the full year? Where are we currently at?
So right now I'm kind of in the beginning stages. I mean, that event business that we have brings in a little bit extra, but it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely not enough to replace her income. And right now with social media, it's not being monetized at the moment. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
still kind of in the beginning and I'm just kind of
Yeah.
trusting God, knowing that, He'll provide, not sure how. Maybe the
Yeah.
side business will increase. Maybe I'll get, 10,000 followers in a week. You never know.
Yeah.
But so I would say in terms of where I'm at, it's definitely in the beginning stages, which makes me nervous,
Awesome.
but also excited.
Got it. So trusting God, but also doing the work, right?
Correct. Yes, for
Awesome.
sure.
And then what is one mistake that you made when you just started out or maybe recently that somebody can avoid in general when it comes to business or kind of chasing your dreams?
Taking too long to start.
Mm,
That's definitely, I know it's super cliche. Everybody says,
yeah.
but a lot of times you want to get all the expertise first. You want to get the confidence. You want to make sure you have everything ready to then start. But honestly, the best advice, just jump into the pool in the deep end and you'll figure it out as you get there. I know it sounds crazy, scary, but that's the way it works. And there's a reason why that advice is so cliche. It's because it's true.
Yeah.
So I wish I had started all of this sooner than now, instead of waiting for me to have a baby to be like, oh snap, I gotta figure it out.
Awesome. And then how has faith played a part in your journey?
I feel like it's played like the majority most important part. I mean, without my faith, literally everything is meaningless. I mean, my relationship to God is number one, which is why my social media is all about Him and to glorify Him. And that's my whole purpose in life. Like, I don't care about making all this money, this fame. Like, none of this is for myself. I'm just doing everything
Hmm.
for God. My life,
Awesome.
like, I like to say that I'm not the main character of my own life. I'm just an instrument in God's like mission. So faith is integral to everything that I do.
Awesome. Awesome. And then for somebody that doesn't believe in God, or maybe they're against God, or they, believe in whatever they believe in, what would you tell that person?
I will tell them to put God to the test. First, they need to have an open mind and an open heart and be like, God, Jesus, I don't believe in you, but I'm willing to see if you're real. Reveal yourself to me. I am going to look genuinely to see if you're real or not. Reveal yourself to me if you are. I feel like if somebody prays that prayer and they're
Yeah.
genuine about it, 100% God will reveal Himself to you. Now, if you already kind of made up your minds, I know this God is all nonsense, and you're just looking through the Bible for just proof that it's fake, it's not gonna work. You need to be genuine and pray to the God that you don't believe in. I promise you, He will reveal Himself to you.
Awesome. Awesome, man. And where can people find you if they want to get in touch with you or follow your page or even rent out your photo booth business or event business? How can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so my personal stuff is at carnivore.dave. That's for my personal account. That's where I'm posting all my social media God related stuff. And then for the business is at Hot N Events. So it's HOTN Events. So I kind of on both of those social medias at the same time, but those are definitely the best places to find me at.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, David. Appreciate you, bro. I love you. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this and excited for what the next year has for us.
No, of course. Thank you, Julian. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too.